Southampton vs. Chelsea score, Blues beaten away for the second time in a row by a Coherent Saints side. Chelsea suffered their second consecutive Premier League away setback as Adam Armstrong's goal in first-half stoppage time proved the difference in a 2-1 Southampton victory at St Mary's. The Blues were completely disjointed, especially in the second half as Thomas Tuchel tried to pull any available strings in order to inspire a comeback. When it finds fell short, leaving Chelsea to pick up the parts as they coming back to Stamford Bridge. Despite early troubles, Kai Havertz was granted another start, and he failed to inspire confidence moving forward. Hakim Ziyech, who could be on his way out before the deadline, was again used up forward, and his ingenuity kept the Blues taking over, but there was little service for Raheem Sterling to improve on his match-opening goal. Meanwhile, Southampton pressed Chelsea in possession for the entire 90 minutes, playing with coherence and ruthlessness. Romeo Lavia's equalizer was a stunning strike, marking the Belgian's first goal for the Saints on a day when he gave considerably more than just one moment in time. Armstrong's winner on the stroke of halftime reflected Chelsea's erratic play, leaving him all alone on the penalty spot for an easy finish. The setback drops the Blues to 8th in the Premier League table, while Southampton moves up to 7th. Sterling's goal gives the former Manchester City forward 3 on the short season, and he'll be asked to carry even more weight with others around him struggling. Southampton vs. Chelsea final score of the match. Team 1H, 2H final. Southampton 2-0-2. Chelsea 1-0-1. Here is goals. 23rd min Chesla by Raheem Sterling. 28th min Southampton by Romeo Lavia. 45 plus 1 minute Southampton by Adam Armstrong. Post-match analysis of Southampton vs. Chelsea. Chelsea requires a midfielder rather than another defender. While Todd Boehly backs up the Brinks truck with Wesley Fofana and Josko Gvardiol, Chelsea's most pressing need is elsewhere. On the field, it's evident that the quartet of Thiago Silva, Kalidou Koulibaly, Trevoh Chalobah, and Cesar Azpilicueta has the core defensive unit covered, with their communication and coordination gradually increasing. Instead, the Blues require another center midfielder. Jorginho looked sluggish once more, sending erroneous passes and being pressured off the ball. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who was substituted after halftime and was spotted with ice on his knee, was replaced by Mateo Kovacic, who put in another excellent shift, but he can't be the only one to propel the team forward in the face of a heavy push. Declan Rice is barely across London, yet he appears to have attracted Boehly's interest. Under Thomas Tuchel, the Blues lacked direction. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel has stayed defiant amid the Blues' preseason and early season troubles. He continues to use his classic 3-at-the-back system, only deviating today due to the unavailability of an ailing Reece James. With Chelsea down in the second half, he reverted to the formation, which failed to spark a comeback. Tuchel stuck with a struggling Kai Havertz, giving him another start, but all Havertz managed to deliver was a slew of misses and weak take-ons. He missed a great first-half chance from a tight angle that was practically passed into the goalkeeper's chest, then he blazed a wide-open header over the bar in the second half. Meanwhile, excellent players like Christian Pulisic and Armando Broja are still waiting for their chance to emerge. Both were introduced in the second half, but by then, the entire Chelsea squad was in a state of dissatisfaction. Hakim Ziyech, a wanted away winger, was given a chance and gave a solid first-half performance, but he, too, succumbed to the second-half stagnation. Tuchel's stubbornness appears to be taking a toll on the team, therefore it's unclear whether he'll stay at Chelsea. New Southampton acquisitions add bite to the Saints' midfield. Southampton did not spend heavily during the summer transfer window, but they did bring in talent in a number of vital areas. There are more than one in number when it comes to the new arrivals, who shined against Chelsea. Gavin Bazunu, a 20-year-old goalkeeper plucked from Manchester City's junior team and thrust into the starting lineup, was outstanding. His placement, in particular, was lethal for Chelsea's attackers, who found the Ivorian ready wherever they chose to shoot. A couple of midfielders, including another Manchester City youth product, made their presence known. The 18-year-old scored his first goal for Southampton to tie the game, but he contributed far more than that. He was always present in midfield and did not back down physically from some of the top players in the world. Joe Aribo came on in his place after tired and picked up where Lavia left off, albeit his passing accuracy should yet improve. Finally, despite being only 20 years old, youthful defender Armel Belakotchap rose to the occasion. The former Bochum man provided a number of crucial challenges, including a fantastic sliding stop to prevent Raheem Sterling from taking an early attempt with the tie still intact. All details for Southampton vs. Chelsea. Final score, Southampton 2-1 Chelsea. Despite the pressure, 5 minutes of stoppage time pass without any dangerous moments. Even when Edouard Mendy came up for a corner, the Blues couldn't come up with anything. Chelsea's lackluster performance comes to an end as they lose for the second time this season. Throughout the 90 minutes, Southampton appeared to be more unified, motivated, and composed. Meanwhile, the Chelsea players seemed to be 11 men on the field, all wearing the same hue. Chelsea is pushing numbers forward in the 88th minute, but Southampton is standing tight. Jepo fouled Ziyech on the touchline, giving the Blues a free kick. It's well defended. As 5 minutes of extra time are revealed today, the Saints will need to weather the late storm to earn all 3 points. Chelsea blow another chance in the 82nd minute when Sterling delivers a deep cross to the far post, and Broja is first to it, with Pulisic close behind. Bazunu saves the day. Pulisic is then issued a professional foul ticket. He was dispossessed for idleness and frustratedly booted the ball away. Cucurella commits a foul in midfield with an elbow in the back of Che Adams in the 78th minute. Chelsea appears to be a complete shambles. Awkward passes, being late to challenges, and defensive errors, the subs appear to be under pressure. The commentator describes it as disjointed. Chance, Southampton. 73rd minute, another Southampton corner necessitates goal-saving action. Cucurella was there before, and now Thiago Silva has arrived. He's on the line near to Mendy, and he prevents a free header to Salisu. Kai Havertz may add another massive miss to his record in the 66th minute, receiving a wide-open header but scorching it over the crossbar. The cross from Azpilicueta was only a few inches long, but Havertz should have sent it on goal. That is his final kick of the game, as Christian Pulisic is poised to replace him. It's part of a 3-player swap that also includes Armando Broja and Ben Chilwell. Jorginho and Azpilicueta leave the field. 58th minute, another Chelsea attempt fizzles out as Havertz enters the penalty area hesitantly and is dragged away by a defender. He eventually finds a middle cut pass to Ziyech, but the Moroccan scuffs his hit. To make matters worse, the flag is eventually raised. Lavia is hurt and will be forced to leave. A difficult finale to a fantastic effort from the Southampton midfielder. Joe Aribo, another summer signing, replaces him. Southampton, 52nd minute, chance. The Saints are so close to a third goal, but Marc Cucurella saves the day. Another hazardous Perraud cross lands all alone on the edge of the 6-yard box for Mohamed Elyounoussi. He goes for the diving header with all the time in the world and hits it straight down the middle. Cucurella flings his body in to block the ball before it reaches the goalkeeper, despite the fact that Edouard Mendy appears to have it covered. Elyounoussi had plenty of time to calm down and choose a better shot, but he rushed it. VAR investigates a possible handball, but the check is over without intervention. In the aftermath, Lavia receives a yellow card for chopping down Raheem Sterling. 49th minute, the second half has started quickly. Both teams are physically attacking one another, disputing every ball. Ziyech sends a beautiful pass into the penalty area, but no one is there to meet it. Chelsea makes a halftime substitution, putting on midfielder Mateo Kovacic in place of Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Because it is a like-for-like move, the back four structure is likely to persist. Despite Kai Havertz's awful performance in the first 45 minutes, no indication of Christian Pulisic. Hakim Ziyech earned his spot with a few shining moments. Southampton leads Chelsea 2-1 at halftime. Che Adams commits a foul on the stroke of halftime, kicking the ball into the face of Jorginho, but no punishment is given as the teams are heading into the tunnel. Chelsea started the game so brightly, but Southampton took advantage of a lot of Blues errors and took the lead just before halftime. Chelsea has had yet another dismal half, and we'll see who Thomas Tuchel goes with in the second half. At Everton, Chelsea target Anthony Gordon scores his second goal of the season. 45 + 1 minutes, Southampton goal. Southampton scores with the final kick of the first half. Diallo effortlessly avoids Jorginho, and Adam Armstrong takes advantage of a defensive blunder. Armstrong is left all the way in the center of the 18-yard box, and his finish is straightforward as he gathers Perraud's cross and lays it minutes before halftime. 42nd minute, the St. Mary's crowd is booing the Chelsea players as Southampton's strong and successful pressing forces the Blues to pass back to the goalkeeper. 36th minute, Southampton is making a game of it, and Adam Armstrong misses a pair of chances. On the first, he steals the ball from Azpilicueta but fails to capitalize on the split-second opportunity, and his pullback for arriving reinforcements is blocked. Moments later, Armstrong is given another chance, and this time he manages to register an attempt, but it is quickly absorbed by Bazunu. Ziyech has been knocked down by a hard Armstrong tackle and is receiving treatment, appearing to be in a lot of discomfort. He ultimately gets back on his feet and appears to be fine to continue following the water break. 33rd minute, Raheem Sterling limps after being caught on the heel by James Ward-Prowse. Sterling draws a foul and rises cautiously to his feet, but the Saints captain receives no more penalty. Goal, Southampton, in the 28th minute. What a reaction for Chelsea. Azpilicueta sends a hazardous change out for a corner, and the Saints capitalize on the opportunity. Ward delivery Prowse's is only cleared to Romeo Lavia's feet in the top right corner of the 18-yard box. 26th minute, Chelsea pushing for another, sprung by Ziyech with a fantastic long switch to set up Havertz. The German delivers again another terrible finish, this time from a tight angle right into Bazunu's arms. Chelsea scores in the 23rd minute. Sterling makes amends only seconds after his earlier gaffe. Mount and Havertz sunder Southampton's defense, with the former finding Sterling at the top edge of the 6-yard box. He is first dispossessed, but the ball remains in the ground, and Sterling recovers to knock the loose ball home. Chelsea, you have a chance. Raheem Sterling put in a horrible performance. Chelsea is on a 2-on-1 break, with Sterling on his left being backed by Havertz. The England international opts to go alone, and Belakotchap comes up with a fantastic stop to prevent Sterling from even getting a hit. He needs to improve there. Chelsea is looking dangerous up front in the 16th minute, but their finishing is lacking. First, Raheem Sterling gets through on goal but shoots straight at Bazunu, while Ziyech scuffs a terrible shot following superb work by Chelsea down the left. 11th minute, Southampton goalkeeper Gavin Bazunu is called into action for the first time, as Raheem Sterling from the right floats in a cross for Havertz, but the Saints goaltender is there to snare the ball out of the air before it reaches its intended target. Chelsea line up in a back four in the 4th minute. Cucurella and Azpilicueta, both fullbacks, have sent lovely early vertical through balls down the touchline, but wingers Havertz and Ziyech can't control them. Southampton are putting pressure on the Blues strikers. 1st minute, St. Mary's referee Michael Oliver gets us started. Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel has returned to the bench after serving a 1-game suspension. FAQs. Why is Southampton FC known as the Saints? Southampton is nicknamed as the Saints since they were founded as St. Mary's Church of England Young Men's Association. When the team joined the Southern League in 1897, they changed their name to Southampton Football Club, although the Saint component of their name remained as a nickname. Why is Southampton dressed in red and white? At the turn of the century, the jerseys had the delicate red and white stripes, supposedly at the request of the club's strong presence of Stoke-born players. Worth mentioning are Southampton's beautiful narrow-hooped stockings from the 1960s, which are still unique to the Saints today. How many league titles has Chelsea won? The club has 6 league titles, 8 FA Cups, 5 League Cups, and 4 FA Community Shields to its name. Since their formation, they have won the UEFA Champions League, UEFA Europa League, UEFA Cup Winners' Cup, and UEFA Super Cup twice each, as well as one FIFA Club World Cup.